Yes, I think we are live. Just allow me to double check the stream to make sure everything is fine. Yes, I think we are live. It's working well. But everything seems to be ready. So anyway, hello boys and girls, welcome back to another streaming session, and in today's episode we are playing some Path of Exile. And today this one is actually part 7 of our adventure with Uruk the Beast Slayer. As you can see here, his name, I choose the barbarian character, and we are currently on level 29. You can see all the stats here. Been a couple of days since I didn't play Path of Exile. For those who is not aware what this Path of Exile is, basically a third-person RPG similar to your traditional Diablo game, so Diablo 1 and 2. And as far as I'm aware, actually, the guys behind Path of Exiles are exactly the same guy from Diablo. I'm not 100% sure though, so don't mark my, don't take my words for too serious, yeah. So anyway, so last time when we played Path of Exile, we kind of got to this new area. We've talked with most of the people around the town, and yeah, I think we can just continue with the adventure. We came from here, and as far as I remember, there's a way out here. Arena. We don't need arena. And there's a way out through there. I hope you guys are doing well. I've streamed yesterday. It was officially my longest stream I ever done on Twitch, and I played actually Dark Souls 3. I didn't play Dark Souls for quite some time, and we came from here. Okay. It's been a while since I didn't play Dark Souls, but with the hype behind PlayStation 5 and the Demon Souls, I was actually planning to get the new PlayStation, but due to the certain issue like scalpers and greedy people, I was not able to actually get a PlayStation 5. So the only thing that I could have done is install some old Dark Souls games and get my fix from them. In my opinion, the Dark Souls 3 is by far the favorite one to me personally. I've played first playthrough a couple of years ago, and I got as far as the Beast guy, Beast Watcher, and then I decided to put it away because it was too hard. And here I am a couple of years later trying to play it again. Yeah, it's too hard, but since I played so many times in it, I feel confident now, and I don't die as much as I used to. So that's cool. Anyway, for today I'm starting my work at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Now in Ireland it's 12:40. So I'm planning on doing the stream couple of about an hour 30 minutes, and then I'll probably have a break before starting work, because I literally got up not too long ago. I had some food. I still have my cup of tea here, and basically I still not fully awake, and you get a chance to eat before work. So I stream for a short period, then I'll go get some food before work. And yeah, anyway, the game so far, Path of Exile, is an okay game. It's a game that I personally use to kill time and stream for you. It's not personally that I would play on a regular basis. But yeah, I would recommend this game. It's actually an online game, and from Epic Games you get this game for free. Since online there's lots of the how you call microtransaction, all this kind of stuff, so I'm not too crazy about this game. But I use this game to actually play with my father, which is across the other side of Europe, and that was kind of interesting. For those who is not aware, I got into the PC Master group not too long ago. I was always a console person. Always prefer console because you know, you can sit more comfortable, blah blah. Obviously I was not aware that you can connect a controller to your PC. Basically, for you to understand where I'm coming from, is I have no computer knowledge or background at all. I don't know half of the stuff that the majority of people are talking about, like all the specification, i5, motherboard, blah blah blah, this kind of shit. I don't know it. So when I bought this computer, I've asked for a secondary opinion before I bought it, and then I bought it. But I bought this computer only because I needed a computer to do my videos for YouTube and for the Twitch. And to be honest, the Twitch was not in plan at all. I was mainly streaming from my Xbox. But then I found out that you can put all the cameras, you can do the overlays, look very professional, and that's when I decided to change on PC. My brain blanked. I forgot what I was talking about because I'm trying to focus, play games and focus on talking. So sometimes it happens, I just go blank and I forget what I was trying to say. Just put my hat on. Yeah, so originally the PC was bought to do the YouTube videos. For those who's not aware, I also do YouTube. But the content that I release is kind of similar or close to whatever we do right now. So the content is mainly to do with games. All this kind of stuff, and by just a small chance, I've always been big fans of strategy games. So by small chances, I decided to install Shogun. Well, not really Shogun. I've decided three Total War games, and all of them crashed on my PC. I've requested a refund. They didn't give me a refund. It's basically complicated. So I end up getting Shogun 2, and I enjoyed it very much. And I thought to myself, since I can play Shogun, which is kind of it requires some sort of power behind it to play that game, I've decided, might as well just try other games and see how it works. But keep in mind that I never had the computer background and knowledge. So you know, when you order buy a game and then at the bottom it shows all the specs that you required, I don't understand them. So to me, if I bought the game, I knew more or less that my computer is not the brand new, and majority of the new games I'm not going to be able to play. So I was kind of focusing to get kind of a little bit older game. And pure out of luck, I got lucky and I found the games that actually works really well. And I got really excited, really happy, and decided to stick around with playing games on PC. For those who's curious to know what I stream in general, I have started, as I mentioned earlier, I've started not too long ago doing Dark Souls 3 because of the hype with PlayStation 5, Scalpers and Demon Souls. I'm really excited, and I got it not too long ago. I also do Path of Exile, as you can see from now, and I also play 2 first-person shooters. One of them is going to be Metro Last Light. And again, the reason I play old games is because of my PC. It's not the best, so I kind of have to go for kind of something average. And besides, I like Metro Last Light. I think it's one of the cool games. If you guys don't know what is Metro Last Light, is a first-person shooter taking place in Russia, and then out of nowhere, like a nuclear war started. So the entire surface got bombed, and people kind of ran away and hidden themselves under the ground in the metro stations. So, and they're trying to survive, and obviously from the radiation, the large amount of radiation, majority of the animals that stayed on surface have mutated and become into these monsters. So the game is about you fighting the monsters, but at the same time under the ground humans have divided themselves into different factions. As far as I remember, it was like 2 factions, was the Nazis and the Soviets, I think, or probably 3-1, I can't really recall. That's the first person, shooting game, and the second is what was it? Generation Zero. Generation Zero is similar to Metro Last Light, is first person shooter, but instead of mutants you fight against I got the message, just one moment. It's work related, guys, just 2 seconds please. Apologies for delay. When the work texts you, you need to answer, otherwise you'll get in trouble. Sorry about this. So yeah, Generation Zero. Generation Zero is a first-person shooter, but instead of mutants, you fight some sort of robots, and the robots are similar to Terminator, but the robots are not sent from the future. They're actually man-made. And there was an update not long ago that added some Russian military bases there, so that could indicate what is the game, where these robots came from. Could be from Russians. They always fucking blame the Russians. So yeah, cool game. It's about 2-3 years old game too. Very interesting. To me, is one of my favorite games. I've actually played Generation Zero when the first time came out, which is a couple of years ago, but I wasn't too happy the game was released in, the state of it, and it's actually the problem I've seen reappearing very often with these companies trying to release a half-baked game. It recently happened with the Cyberpunk for the old consoles. Then I've pre-ordered Assassin Valhalla, and I paid €120 for a deluxe edition, and it has exactly the same problems. I really don't know. I don't like this Gabi, this attitude, and I think we should, the gamers like me, we should start to do something about it. Maybe stop fucking buying all these games, because look, I was not meant to get Assassin Valhalla. The only reason I got Assassin Valhalla is because it had all my favorite elements of games in it. For example, it had this chest is locked. It has Vikings. I've always been a big fan of Viking team games. It also has an open world looting. Then you level up your character. It's basically and most important part, I remember the guys behind Black Flag, which is one of my favorite games, was the ones that were working behind the Assassin Valhalla. So to me it was like a perfect combination, and in my head I didn't see any reason why I shouldn't get this game. And yeah, I got it, and I totally fucking regret it. Giant life. I'm gonna throw this away. Take 6. 6, 7 on 1. Will I try this? No, they kind of same stuff. There's no point really. Yeah, so when I tried the first original playthrough of Generation Zero a couple of years ago, the game was not ready. lots of things are missing, and since the game itself was one of my favorites, I kind of added the game developer company on my Twitter account. I start following them, and I was keeping a very close eye to them and see when how they updated, what they're bringing in as an update to the game and all this kind of stuff. And majority of time they were focusing only bringing DLCs in the game to make more money, which is, again, it shows what kind of scabby practices they have, which is annoying. Yeah. Anyway, since yeah, so that's the game that I stream. Today I'm playing Path of Exile, as you can see, and tomorrow I might do Generation Zero. See, I personally prefer to try and stream with the from my PC with the cameras and overlays, because as I mentioned to you earlier, it looks more professional. You know, you have camera, like when I started the game, you have all this fancy transaction of different transitions or different pictures, and where the one in my bedroom. Okay, maybe I should explain how is this working, because I have a single room that I'm renting at the moment. My bedroom is on the other side of the house, and across the corridor I have my office, so I'm renting a room and an office as well, two in one. So in the bedroom is my TV with my Xbox, and because, you know, I finish work and I watch movies, I chill on the weekend and watch on the bed, you know. And originally I started streaming from my bedroom with the Xbox, without any camera, without anything. And when I moved in this house, I kind of separated my Xbox and PC. So then I got my PC and I started streaming from this, and I told you the whole story. So even though I prefer playing the newer games, I will try my best to stream more from the PC. So for now we are okay. We have few games that we can play and kind of finish. But in the near future, I don't know, I'll need to experiment and kind of play around with my options. As for Metro Last Light, I have a cool little hat that I'm getting as a gift from my uncle, who did his army in a tank unit or whatever, and he had this tank hat, like a old Russian Soviet hat. So he's gonna send me as a gift to me, and I'm gonna use it on my playthroughs when I play Metro Last Light. It's gonna be crazy. I'm really excited, really looking forward to it. Yeah, so that's the game I want to play. I have not too long ago stream at the moment has some sales on, and I had a particular game that I kept it in my wish list called Euro Truck Simulator, because I've grown up playing these kind of games on my PC when I was living back with my parents. Okay, so there's a little pause here. Skip a distance. Yeah, I used to play 18 wheels type of game similar to Euro Truck Simulator, and just by accident now it's on sales. The game itself costs just €5, which to me is kind of really crazy. And as far as I understood from the specs, more or less, it doesn't require lots of power. So I don't know. I might stream that game too. I'm not too sure. We will see how it goes.
Enough of this.
She escaped. Is she? Okay, so she escaped. Cool, yeah, so that's it for the what games I'm gonna play. Today is my schedule that I should play, so I'll play today and tomorrow is my day off. If I wake up early by any chance, if I don't feel too tired, I'll probably stream another time tomorrow, but I also trying to focus on finishing with my game review for my YouTube channel. The review I'm doing on Microsoft and Minecraft Dungeons. Basically, whenever I got my PC and I was start streaming on Twitch. I was living in my previous house, and then we had some problems with the landlord, and I was kind of forced to move out. And when I moved here to the new place that I am right now, there was we didn't have any internet. So for a month or so, I kind of was. It's not that I took a break because I wanted. I took a break because we didn't have any internet. It's a really complicated story. So I kind of fell behind with the streams with the game reviews that I was meant to do and gameplays and all this kind of stuff. So now once I got the internet, I kind of got not overcrowded, what's that word? Basically, I fell behind with making the game reviews, so now I have to catch up, basically. So once I got my internet back, I've done three game reviews in a row, two game reviews in a row, and now I still need to do Minecraft. And once I finish Minecraft Dungeons, I'll be finished with the games that I had to do in the past. And now I can focus on newer games. Basically, I'm planning to do Assassin's Valhalla since I got it not too long ago, and I'm not gonna be nice to it. I'm gonna just say how it is. I'm planning to do a new series for the YouTube called 5 Things We've Learned, and I'm gonna start the series with Assassin Valhalla, and basically it's about 5 things we learned from the new Assassin and compared to the older versions of Assassin, like Odyssey and all this kind of stuff. I hope I'm not sure if you guys can hear the alarm. The neighbor's alarm is off. The house alarm is off now. It makes this weird and annoying fucking sound and it's pissing me off. So I hope you guys are okay and can ignore it. I hope that you cannot hear it. They always fucking do this early in the morning. They always set the alarm off. With one hand. I'm mainly focusing on playing with 2 hands, so we're gonna go towards this guy here. Increase the physical damage with 2-hand weapon apply. Yeah. Yeah, so can I open the door? Ah, it's right here. Completed. I don't know what is that, but yeah, we just completed. Some sort of a trials, and probably when we complete all the 10 of them, we're gonna get like a reward or something. I don't know, guys. I'm playing in this game first time as well, so you are, as me, new to this game, so we're learning as we go. So basically, you heard what I play, you heard what I plan to play. You kind of heard my basic story behind of how I started my Twitch, and maybe it will be more than appropriate to start and introduce myself. Talk a little bit about myself. Maybe, who knows, you're gonna find something in common with me, and you know, we can become friends or something like that. Basically, just making sure the chat is well. So yeah, I'm from a little country called Moldova. Just like a disclaimer or whatever. I always do a self-introduction in every stream, and the reason for that is there's certain people that follow me, obviously, and they're passing by and see me. However, there's other new people that are still are like passing by, like not the follower, but just lurking, or how you call it. So maybe just have this initial connection at the start. I will do another self-introduction. I'm actually doing a self-introduction in every stream for all the people that are here, and I know it can get a little bit annoying, but I think it looks more professional basically. So yeah, my name is Misha, or better known as Michael. I'm originally from a little country called Moldova, which is situated between Romania and Ukraine. It's a really tiny little country. My country is known for a few things. For starters, is known for being the poorest country in Europe. And even though I kind of... Sorry, I woke up not long ago. In certain aspect, I will agree to this thing that my country is one of the poorest in Europe, but at the same time, I must say that the poor people are in any country you'll see this kind of issue. Even in Ireland right now where I live, there's still homeless people sitting on the street and poor people and struggling and all this kind of stuff, even though Ireland is considered one of the top most normal countries in Europe, you know. So it's a question that you can debate, let's say. More than often I travel back home to visit my parents because they're still there, and I'll see some houses and some cars I usually you're not gonna see in Ireland, or you're not gonna see in these parts of Europe. Because with countries corrupted like my country, you either get really rich people that are corrupt, or you get poor people. So 15, I'm gonna throw this away. For those who never played Path of Exile, sorry, just another message with work related, guys. I'm really sorry. Apologize. So the few of the problems that I don't like about this game that have similar kind of issue with the original Diablo 1 and 2 was and I remember deliberately because I remember, because that was the original problem I had with that game as well. And I think you can see a resemblance that they do have connection with Diablo, guys, with Path of Exile. So the problem is that is the inventory itself. In those games that I mentioned, again Diablo, the inventory spacing was not the best. You will collect 5 items like we have it here, and the inventory is actually full already, so you have to travel back home and sell everything quite often. And exactly the same issue was with Diablo 1 and 2. And actually they fixed it in Diablo 2 with an expansion called a Set of Destruction or something like that, and then they had a bigger inventory slots for here. So one of the small few issues that I have against this game, but other than that, it's so far so good. In the end, it's a free game. You can't complain. Cool. So whenever I play this game, I kind of have a structure or a... These fucking assholes from work is always texting me. Okay, so the way I play in these particular games, similar to Diablo and Path of Exile, is when I start the game into a new map or a new region, I always tend to stick to one edge, to one side of the map, and kind of work myself around. That way you'll get an outline of the entire map, and you have like a broad idea of how the map looks like and what to expect. So similar. So well, I came here from this little exit here, and then I worked myself around. I went there, and there was a cul-de-sac where there was no way out, so I kind of returned on the way back. And now I was sticking to the other edge of the map, working myself around. So here we are here. So I'm gonna stick now to the right side again. So it's kind of a little advice, I would say, that you could use for your playthrough. Stick to one side so you don't get confused, because if you're gonna go through the middle of the map and you know, play and go any way you want, you'll get a stage that you'll get confused. Because another annoying thing that this game has that I personally it affects me is the map. If, for example, if I travel back to my town and trying to sell all the equipment, within 10 or 15 minutes, if I'm taking my time, the map itself is gonna reset, same as the enemies. So if you I don't know, taking your time and talking and wasting time in town, often the map is gonna be resetted, and you're not gonna be I don't know where I'm going at this point, but basically what I'm trying to say is you have to have a certain system to check the map. If you don't, you'll get lost. You'll get lost, and you'll end up playing same map more than once or twice, because the map, in few minutes, if you are not in it, if, for example, if you are back in town, it will disappear. It will reset itself, you know. So you have to kind of make sure when you do have a map like I have right here, just clean it all before moving to the next stage, or going back, traveling back to your town and sell everything. I hope it makes sense what I just said, because I don't think I understood myself. It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. It's alright, we are okay with time. Since we start talking about the game itself, maybe I can talk in more details and give you a broad look, or explain a few things of how it works. Because it does look like your simple usual RPG, but it has few things that the game does different to the competitors that have exactly the same game. Dude, I can see that. It's locked. Okay, so what the hell am I doing right now? Let's go back home very quick. I'll sell everything, and maybe I'll get a key to open that sewer.
Coleman's dead though.
Okay. Gosh, no. Okay, so yes, since we have this stone, maybe I can just touch upon it very quick. So in compared with other RPGs that you'll see out there, just like Diablo, here this game kind of differentiate itself by, for example, skills. So in your normal Diablo game, you would play, get experience and top up level up your character. And once you get the skill point, you will invest it in something and get a skill that you will think it's useful or good for you. But here, it's a little bit different. You'll get this all your equipment that you can equip it on you you have sockets. In this case I have 3, and each one of them is for it's a different color. So basically you will see in the map, or you get in rewards of this type of stones. So basically these stones gives you the ability to equip that particular skill that you want, or that superpower, or the attribute that you want. So in this case you read and choose the one that you think it's going to be more suitable for you. A chance to perform a sweet counter attack, curse all the targets in the area. Now all of them kind of average. I'll choose this one. So basically if I take this stone and equip it on my socket in the weapon here, for example, it's going to give me this particular ability, which basically casts an aura that adds fire damage. So yeah, let's take it. We choose the reward, and then we open the inventory and we can equip it. And now we should get a new ability right here. So that's how it works in this game. So basically you play, you get experience, and then when you level up, you don't add your skill point in the ability or the super skill. You add it in your attributes to increase your stats, your character stats. I'll show you as we go, guys. But yeah, so if you want to have a super attack that looks really cool, like the one I have, you need to find stones. Basically, you have stones, and then you equip it on your inventory, on your equipment, which is slightly different than your typical RPG games. You know, it's getting warm in my room. It's getting warm because I realize I talk lots of bullshit. That makes me nervous, and now I'm getting too warm. Because as I said to you guys, I am doing this a couple of months now. Well, not a couple of months. I was doing for a month, and then I had a month break, and then now I'm back to doing stream full time. So it can get complicated or nervy. Because even though I was confident when I spoke of at the start of the stream, I have a note, a little piece of paper with the bullet points, like bullet points of what I want to talk about in case I get stuck or nervous. Because if I do get nervous, I will start talking things that I would regret. So yeah, let's sell all this shit. Another interesting thing that this game has is when you sell your equipment or your armor or your weapons, instead of getting your money for it like your typical RPG, you'll get the little extras, like as you can see here. I call them little condiments, like salt and pepper, or spices that you add on food. That's how I call them. So that's what you get in return when you sell them. Each one of them can be used for certain things. For example, this is a Scroll of Wisdom. Scroll of Wisdom can be used when you collect certain weapons. They're kind of blocked off or closed, and you cannot see the full stats behind it because it's unidentified. So basically you will use one of these scroll to identify it, and the stats behind is going to be revealed to you. This particular scroll is called Portal Scroll, and it's actually, speaks for itself. You use it as a teleport, so you open one of the scroll and then you travel back to your town. These particular stones, they're used to upgrade your weapons and so on and so forth. This one, the silver coin, I actually have no idea so far. I still don't understand how it works. But yeah, that's the things you are getting from the selling your equipment. And what I usually do is I get back to the stash box that I have here in the town, and I just equip them and leave them here stashed on top of one another. And yeah, for me to talk about each and one of them, what they do, is going to take a long time. So what I tend to do is I talk about certain stones when it comes to that stage to talk about them. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's easier for me to set an example when I have an example in front of me. It's going to be easier for me to explain, because my English is not as good as I want to be, and if I talk too much and I lose my thought, I can start talking rubbish. So let's not. Sewer keys. Okay, so finally we get the sewer key, it seems like, and we can open that door that we found it not too long ago before traveling to the town. Allow me to just exhaust the conversation really fast.
What is it?
That way we're gonna be able to get back to the.
Let me tell your future.
Greetings.
Nope.
Hagen. Grigor
Victoria was a
I don't want us to listen to all this conversation, because if I listen to all this short chats with these people, it's gonna take a good half an hour, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to listen to this bullshit. So let's just travel. Let's just travel back and get back into business. Open the sewers and let's go. It's lagging because it seems like I have some problems with the internet. But anyway, I started talking about myself as self-introduction, but then I got interrupted and kind of got carried away. And yeah, I'll get back to it. So we were speaking about Moldova being a poor country. I didn't agree with it. My parents are still lives there. And actually, when I was around 15 or 16 years of age, my parents decided that it would be the best for me to actually move abroad and get a better future, and that's how I ended up in Ireland. At the time, my sister was already established in Ireland, so I had someone to go to and get support and help from. So from that moment in time, my sister kind of became my mother, let's say, in a way. So yeah, 12 years later now, I'd say I'm still here, enjoying it so far. I've done my school here, I've done my college degree, everything is fine and great here. Since I moved here and I didn't have any parents to give me money, like weekend money or shit like this, I was kind of forced, not forced, but I needed to kind of work and get my time blockage. Okay. I kind of needed to work and get money to pay the rent and all this kind of stuff. So I kind of so I started working in a restaurant industry, basically hospitality industry. So the first job I had was pot wash, and I progressed myself to being a waiter. Everything was fine. Then I've done my college degree at the same time as working. And the college degree that I chose was similar to what I was working. Since I was already working in that industry, I thought it was going to be a brilliant idea for me to stick around and do the same thing. Little then I realized that that was a fucking terrible idea. And the reason why it was terrible is when you work as a part-time student in an industry of caring for servicing other people, it's like, I don't know how to say, by any means I don't mean anything bad about it, but the waiter job to me seems to be like a student job. And when you have a manager and trying to make a career out of his job, make a career out of this particular situation and become great in doing this job, more than often he'll find himself working with people that really didn't care about that job. Again, I'm not saying anything bad, but when you are a teenager or a student who in fairness don't give a fuck about the work, and then you're trying your best to serve people without any complaint, it can be really, really hard. It can be really challenging. So I finished my college degree and I had to go full-time now. So the only thing that I knew to do and the only thing I studied and learned to do is work in a restaurant. So I've become a manager on duty more than often I would have had this particular issue that I mentioned to you. Students, I was working with students who worked as a part-timer. They didn't much care about the work itself. I'll get myself in trouble arguing with them, trying to prove a point. Obviously I was trying my best to do well, because I chose that path as a career. Little did I know that people don't care, man. People just don't give a fuck. They often took advantage of us working hard. We were tired, extra hours, little pay. The last restaurant that I worked was is located like in a little village. It was a big restaurant that I worked at, like a branch that I worked, an English one, and the last restaurant I worked was in like a little secluded little region in Dublin, and because they are not busy, they had a general manager. Basically, the hierarchy in a restaurant goes general manager, then you have assistant manager, and you have manager on duty. Because of the restaurant was not really that busy as we should, they've decided to cut back on assistant manager, and they would have a general manager, and the managers on duty do the assistant manager's job. So basically what I'm trying to say is, me as a manager on duty, I was getting paid barely fucking coins, but I would still have to do extra work that assistant manager would have done, but for less pay. Hope it makes sense. Yeah, so I came to a stage that
This seems like a good
I kind of got fed up,
This seems like a good
and I've decided to quit. And I got this crazy opportunity through a friend and my girlfriend in a company called Accenture. It's a nice and quiet office environment in front of computer, work from home, food, snacks included, everything. It's like really nice. So to me, my opinion, that was the best decision that I ever took, and I don't regret it. So yeah, so my advice to you guys, if you plan in making your career out of a restaurant and I'm not too sure, maybe I shouldn't say that yet, because the circumstances could be different. I heard that this particular industry in Australia is really paid really well. So what I'm saying as an advice, don't take it too literal, because I'm speaking from Irish industry. So if you planning on being manager in Ireland, then I would not recommend to, because I told you why. It's just not worth it. Where maybe a place like Australia, that they pay you something that you should get, then in that case it is a different ball. I don't mind working hard. I don't mind working hard and getting paid better, you know, because stress comes. It's well balanced if stress comes at a well-paid wage, you know. But those motherfuckers didn't pay well, so that's why I mainly speak bad about them. And fuck them if they're watching this. I don't care. Purple enemies. That's the first one. That's the first one. So remember I mentioned to you earlier that the stones give you different abilities. So they level up at the same time as your characters. So as you can see here, this cast aura that I had equipped not too long ago, it's level 2 now. You'll see the bar, the experience bar at the bottom of this box. I have 100,070. You got the point. And the cool thing is, if for example, I have a stash back in my town, and if I create 5 or 6 different characters, those characters will have the same access to the same stash box across the board. So if I, for instance, start a new character and I want to leave one of these stones for my new character, you know, I'm not going to be able to equip it, only because it requires certain parameters in order to equip it, if that makes sense. So there's no cheating. The point I'm trying to say is, I made the point that this game is slightly different than your typical RPG. And that's one of the examples. You have skills that you can add to your character through the stones. Like the ability that I have, or the skill, is this this little stone wave. And yeah, you equip it through stones. And these little stones, you can they level up as you play through your experience. So the more you kill, the bigger, the higher, the more experience they get. So here I am leveling up, and so the skills and the stones is one different thing, where you also your character is leveling up as well, as you can see here at the bottom. So here is the skill tree, but they do not give you skills as the stone. The only thing they do is they increase certain parameters in your character stats. So for instance, this guy gives you plus 10 strength, and obviously there's more than often you'll come by different equipment, and some equipment requires more strength, some more dexterity. So that's how you get it in this game. I personally go for more strength, more brute strength. Yeah, hope it makes sense what I'm speaking. I think it's I don't know, I think I need to change a little bit the schedule for the stream, because my work pattern is basically 3 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. and by the time I take a shower, I fall asleep is a good 1 or 2 a.m. So for me to finish that late and fall asleep that late, and for me to wake up that early at 11 o'clock, it's not enough hours personally, because I do get 6 hours sleep, but keep in mind that I'm majority of time in front of computer, and that can exhaust you even more than normal. So I have a short sleep, and then for me to wake up and then straight away to stream, it can get really annoying, because you can hear me now that I am tired. You can hear my voice tired, and I talk lots of shit, so I need to kind of think around and find a way how can I do my schedule best to stream. This way is blocked. It's fucking blocked. It also makes the big difference, the schedule that I'm playing at the moment, with the people that are actually watching on Twitch. Because in fairness, at this moment in time, there's not many people that are on Twitch watching games. For example, now in UK it's only 1 p.m. and majority of people that are in this region, they are either working. They are working or asleep. Like in fairness, in Ireland, everyone is back. We don't have any lockdown, so everything is working now. And same as America. America, as far as I know now, is like 6 or 7 a.m., something like that. So clearly no one is gonna be watching the stream now. The only place probably will be watching now is either, I think it's Australia. They're backwards, forwards. I'm confused for this time. Confused with the time. I know exactly what I need. I need a short break, guys. So allow me to just clear this little area right here. I'll go just wash my face with some cold water, and then I'll get back to you. Yeah, allow me just to head back. At here, and the bottom, be right back. Okay, cool. I'll take a few seconds break and I'll be back soon. Thank you. See you soon. Okay, so I guess we're back. Had a short break. Just wash my face and just woke myself up a little bit because tired. Anyway, let's continue with our adventure of a guy called Uruk, the Beast Slayer. It's actually a funny story of how I got this name, this nickname that I'm using on my characters. I don't know if you guys ever played Shadow of Mordor. They had this in-game system called Nemesis mechanic or system. I don't know how to call it best. Where basically, if a particular enemy would kill you, he would level up and become stronger. So every time that you would come back, he would remember you, and he would have speak of how he defeated you and how he became stronger than he was by killing you. So it gave the game a nice little twist. And there used to be this fucking orc that would always kill me, and I always struggle against him, and his name was Uruk the Beast Slayer. So that's how I got this name. I would always remember Uruk the Beast Slayer. We're coming back. We're coming to an hour mark, an hour stream mark, and probably I will finish up soon because I'm getting to work soon. I should get ready, have some food, get my thoughts together, and not make mistakes for today. But also, this must be the worst stream I ever done. There's no people watching live at all. I have only one person watching live, and it's the only person watching live is myself because I don't have a second screen. I'm using basically a separate laptop beside me where I check the chat, make sure I answer all the questions, and there's only one person watching live, and it is me, and it's my laptop. So I'm basically talking to myself. Crazy person. So yeah, we'll have to wrap it up soon. Yeah, man, I don't think it's a good idea me streaming early in the morning like I am right now. I don't see any point, because I am not expecting out of Twitch anything to become famous or anything like shit like this, but at the same time I don't want to stream for just one person and talk to myself. I'm doing this as a hobby, and what I'm expecting out of it is to become friends with more people and build my I don't know, my net, I don't know how to explain, my network or whatever you fucking call it. Like, have loads of people that play games, because I told you I got into playing games. I played for years, but I never got it like to a stage that I can do it as a hobby. I would have played from time to time, and that's about it. So what I'm not expecting anything, but just to have friends at least to talk with. I've already made some few friends on Twitch watching different people on stream, but because of the time difference that I'm doing and they are doing, we can never meet on my streams. It's always me that has to go to them, and even though I'm in work, I'm always watching them and talking to them. No one else, no. Yeah. Because in fairness, it is kind of, I start the stream really positive, happy, full of energy, let's do it, let's go. But then as time goes by and then you see no one is watching, you do lose, not interesting, you lose hope. It's like, you make yourself feel like fucking useless. So, am I really that useless that no one wants to watch? Yeah, but the problem is I think is the streaming time. I think I'm just too hard on myself. Because the one that I've done yesterday, the stream that I've done yesterday, which is on Monday, and it was kind of evening, so people had the chance to get home and, you know, have food already and chill and all this kind of stuff, and that's why I have more views then. But now everyone is still in work, or people are asleep, like places like America and probably Australia as well. I'm not sure about the timing. Speaking of Australia, me and my girlfriend actually are planning to move out in the near future, and the first country that we're kind of looking or considering is actually Australia. Australia is the first, then USA, and then Canada. Australia, I've heard many good things about the life, the standards of living is way high, well-paid jobs, and actually the same industry of the one that I'm qualified in, hospitality industry. I heard that they actually paid decent and respectfully, something that you should get paid. And but I'm not in, I don't like the fact that in Australia now they made, or they're considering to make the vaccine, the COVID vaccine mandatory, and I don't like that shit. Yeah, I really don't like. It's not that I'm against vaccine. In my opinion, vaccines are always helpful. It helps us fight against many diseases, and still are. But when they release a vaccine that is not being tested fully without any knowledge of long-term effects and all this kind of shit, I don't. And for us, for them, not us, they're the one fucking forcing us. For them to make it a mandatory, it's a fucking joke. And yeah, so for the time being, kind of Australia is fell behind. So it is a little bit saddening, because in my head, I don't know if I'm right to say that, but I live here 10 years, and I tried doing anything to progress myself with the career and get somewhere higher in life, but for some reason anything that I'm doing it's just not happening. I don't know, and I could have admit to myself that if I would be lazy, then okay, I understand what is the problem and I should work hard, but I was never one of those people that was fucking lazy, you know. For you to understand, there was a period of time that I was really sick, and I was actually working double jobs to pay for fucking problems that I had for the rent and all this kind of shit. And for some reason now I am 10, almost 12 years here. I don't know, I'm really bad with the numbers. 10 or 12 years, something like that, and I still didn't get anywhere, man. And I've tried many things, from selling fucking drugs to other things. I've tried everything, and it's just not happening. I don't know, it's just the way the system is made nowadays, that that teenagers or young men like me, or a girl or whatever, it's just hard to live. Like, I was planning at some stage, because my parents are getting older and I live here 10 years now, so I was kind of thinking at some stage to dig my feet in and then stick with one place and just live. So I was planning to get a house here, but the prices that they are asking for houses here in Ireland, it's fucking insane. You have houses from 300,000 to 500,000, and for me to get this house you need a deposit 30%, which is 30,000, but with basic wages that I fucking have, it's just not possible. Even though I work from home now, you would think that there's not much that you can waste money on, but at the end of the month I have no fucking money left on my account. And again, it's not that I'm buying and wasting money on stupid shit, I just don't know where it fucking goes. It's too expensive. So it's tough being a young person right now. It's not that I'm complaining. What I'm trying to say is it's hard getting summer in life because it's already fucking done for us. They already have the system in place where anyway, let's not talk about this because it's fucking saddening. Anyway, so we have another level. Put one here. We close, and then we can get rid of all of this garbage. 418. Mine is better.
You're getting there.
That's life as well. We sell this? No, I think that's a quest item. Yes, so life is a bitch. There's nothing we can do about it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Stash, we're gonna stash and drop everything here. So I have another silver coin, even though I don't know what they stand for or what they do. But I like to collect stuff. I'm a hoarder. I'm a fucking hoarder. So yeah, Australia, one of the places, America, as Texas, because the company that I'm working for, I could request a job transfer, or Canada. Canada, my girlfriend worked there as a student exchange, like for a couple of months. She was there for 6 months and she enjoyed it. It's really pretty country. But when we've done a little bit of research and trying to compare the wages, the rent and all this kind of shit, I didn't personally see any much of a difference between Ireland and Canada. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I found online, information online. So anyway guys, I think we are done for today. We finished. Gotta go take a short break, stretch in bed and get ready for night shift. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. I don't think you finished the stream, did you? I'll be funny if it's not. It's not. Fucking idiot. So stop the stream.